Good morning. We are now more than a month into the coronavirus quarantine, and it's bringing about a few comical things in our society. One is haircuts. I think by the end of this, I'm going to have a mullet of some sort because I cannot get a haircut. Actually, my kids really want to give me a haircut, but that's not an option, at least not yet. But the second one that has kind of made me chuckle a little bit has been Botox injections. Those are definitely an elective treatment. And I was talking to an administrator down at a local surgery eye center that offers these Botox injections. And we were talking about some of the ladies that were lining up begging for these injections to happen, but they can't get them because it's against the law right now. I think we're going to see some early aging going on through this. Maybe not early, but quick aging going on throughout this coronavirus quarantine. It could bring about a lot of interesting things. But I wanted to talk to you for just a moment about a few of the emotions I'm seeing going on that I think we need to address. The first one is fear. We see in Psalm 27:1 where it says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" If you know Jesus Christ, there is no room for fear in your life. That is easier said than done. I understand that. But Jesus knows what's going on. This is not a surprise to him. This was not something that he is going, wow, I didn't see this coming. No, he knew all this was coming and he allowed it. Now, I'm not necessarily telling you he caused it, and I know this can get a little tricky and I don't want to dive into all that, but God knew it. It wasn't a surprise to him, and he has it under his control. There's no reason for fear on this. But the second emotion that I want to talk to you about is anger. I'm seeing quite a bit of anger come out, maybe in the way that our government officials are handling this, or some of the things they've shut down that we don't feel should be shut down, or maybe in the way we're treating each other with a lack of patience. And I want to encourage you with a verse from Proverbs 14:29, and it says this, "Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly." Well, that's all fine and well, both in the fear, saying don't fear, and the anger, don't be angry. But I actually want to talk about it a little bit in how we may be imposing this on each other. Not just our responses, but how those who are struggling with fear may not understand why others are not fearful, and who those who are angry may be imposing their anger by trying to get those who are fearful to come out of the quarantine or to shake their hand. I've seen that one. Shake my hand, because we need to not be fearful of this. And I want to encourage you in that to not do that. The second greatest commandment in the Bible tells us to love our neighbor as ourselves. I'd like to encourage you to look at that in a little different twist. And that is to look at your neighbor, those around you, and see how they are responding to this quarantine and coming out of the quarantine. And if they are fearful, love them like you would want to be loved on if you were the fearful one. Or if they're angry, love them how you would want to be loved on if you were the angry one. And then I want to encourage you, don't impose how you're feeling on other people. Let them deal with it and come out of it as they will, and as they can work through it with the Lord in their hearts, and help them to see it from a biblical perspective. But it's not up to us to enforce and impose how we're feeling on others. I really want to encourage you with that, because I think we're going to see particularly a number of fearful people who, if we try and force them to come out by forcing them to shake their hand or give them a hug when they don't want one, that's going to create a lot of negative feelings and hostility. And we really don't want to do that. I encourage you to love your neighbor as you would want to be loved if you were in their shoes. With that being said, may the Lord bless you and keep you. I hope that your day goes really well and you enjoy the beauty of the day. God bless you. Bye-bye.